G'day, Tradie Joffa here. Today I'm going to show you how to sharpen drill bits. Now, it's frustrating when you are drilling, and especially steel, it does tend to get these little chips in the corners. I don't know if you can see that. It's not focusing. Focus. There you go. You can see a chip on the corner there, which is always the weakest point, which chips off when your drill bit jams as you're coming through the material and it wants to punch out through the other side. So you can see it's chipped off right there. So when sharpening a drill bit, there are two angles to consider. You've got the taper angle here, and if I turn it sideways, you've got the cutting angle there. So both angles you can adjust the taper, so the shallower that you sharpen it, the sharper your drill bit will stay, but it will drill slower. And the steeper you do it, the faster it will drill, but the more chance of it jamming or chipping the edge when it punches through the hole on the other side. So shallower, steeper. So when you're sharpening your drill bit, get a little container ready to quench your drill bit, because it will heat up as you're sharpening it. So grab a little spray paint lid, and don't forget to get a bit of tape and tape up the hole, because the water will leak out everywhere. And there you go. Put it next to you, so as it heats up when you're sharpening, you can just keep quenching it. The quenching will actually harden the edge of the drill bit, so less chance of it chipping because you're hardening it as you quench it. You done? Okay, my turn. Good boy. Chip. So we want to go a little bit deeper to get rid of that chip. So you start on the tail and then pull it in towards the edge. And clench it. Check. You want to see if it's the same both ways. So you don't want one side bigger than the other, you want them both exactly the same. See that edge there? It's nice and sharp now. And that's all you need, it doesn't take long. But it's easier to keep the existing shape. Watch your fingers on the grinder, I usually just hold my fingers there, so it's easier to support it, keep the same angle, and usually you can just twist and push the tail down so that it has that slope there. So I've got another drill bit here that has chips, and it's pretty average. So I'm just trying to show you, normally I would sharpen on the front of the wheel, but if you're in a workshop with other tradesmen, sometimes this is not straight, it's not even. You'll get some dents in the wheel, which make it very hard to have a nice straight cut on your drill bit. So I tend to use the side just for sharpening, because it tends to stay nice and flat, and it's easier to line up the drill bit and see it. So keep the same shape is always the easiest, but you can change it by just adjusting your tilt. Adjust your tilt to change your angle, and adjust your angle that way to adjust your cutting edge. But when you're sharpening, just try and keep the same angle and just roll up. Grind and roll up. That will give a nice tail down on the back end, because you want that to be going downwards. You don't want it going upwards because it won't cut at all. Let's try again. So find the angle, use the existing angle. Spin it in the same position so both sides are the same. And it doesn't take long, you can see that's already pretty sharp. Spin it. Pretty good. So you can sharpen any size drill bit, but funny enough, the smaller the drill bit is, the harder it is to sharpen, because you're working with something that's smaller, harder to see. So you can still sharpen small ones, but these are the ones we just sharpened, so you can have a look and you can see it's got a nice sharp edge on there now. The angle, and this one here, pretty good. You want it even, so you want both tapers, both sides of the drill bit, you want to be even. And there you go. Let's test them out. So we've got some 4mm plate here, 4mm, and we're going to try out the drill bit. Now whenever you use a drill that's any bigger than a 4 or 5mm, you need to drill a smaller hole first, because the thicker the drill bit, the thicker the center is, and that's not going to drill through unless there's a little hole first. It's called a pilot hole. So we get a little bit, it's already in the drill. So we get a little drill first, and the drill only has to be bigger than the center of the drill bit. You don't need to keep changing sizes bigger and bigger and bigger, because that's just a waste of time. You only need one drill bit that's bigger than the center, and then use your drill bit to drill right through. Make sure you center punch it if you're trying to make it stay in one spot, because without it, the drill bit will want to travel. It moves around. It's hard to keep it still. But if you get a center punch, it makes a little hole or a little dent for the drill bit to stay in one spot. Where you can, try and use a vise to hold your work. It just makes it a lot easier and a lot safer. I'm going to drill the pilot hole first. And you don't want to push too hard, because when you come through the other side, it's going to want to grab and pull through or jam on the last bit of steel. So you want to hold your drill firm, but as you're drilling through the last bit, you go nice and light. So hold it tight, but drill light. See how fast that drilled? If there was no pilot hole, it would not drill that fast. Let's try and drill one without a pilot hole. Putting a lot of pressure on, and it just won't turn. You can see the difference of having a pilot hole and not having a pilot hole. Are you a real tradie? And every time you pick up your drill, you must do this. Because that's what tradies do. I don't know why. We just do it. Thanks for watching today's video, guys. If you liked it and got something out of it, please like and subscribe. Also, if you want to learn something, put it in the comments section and I'll try and do a video about it. Thanks, guys. See you later.